Krishna. Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna.
I've got more checks for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
We're going to do a special one.
Okay, perfect.
And this one.
Mom. Well, thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Nice.
You know what? Thank you.
We're going to consult your Manish. My daughter-in-law's Dushamana is getting initiated on 15th of April.
Oh my gosh.
By Daylight Swami.
Oh, that's amazing.
So the request I was making was, my son also wants to be initiated on the same day.
Oh, that's
And by the same guru.
oh, that's wonderful.
Can you make it happen?
Let me yeah, let me
Suresh and Usha both will be initiated on the same day.
okay, I will I'll talk to Brother this one. Is that okay?
That's all.
Okay, thank you. That would be wonderful. Would it be here?
Nirantara Swami will never say no because Suresh does so much work for the temple. A to Z.
A to Z.
And every day.
Yes.
He does not do that much work
Your
at
whole
home.
family.
He does here more than what we does at home.
Hare Krishna.
So
Okay.
you make it happen, both of them get initiated at the same time by the same guru.
Where?
15th of April here.
Here? Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Okay, I'll talk to him. Okay. All right. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. change it out in free because they're so trendy.
Just drop it.
Oh no, it's full of dirt. It's packed full of dirt. Now it could possibly be cleaned.
Yeah, I have to these are all dirt, right?
What are they?
You know the prom for that white board with the holes?
Yeah, this stuff here?
No, back in the majority of them. Why I need the drill.
Oh, okay.
Just make the holes bigger and then hopefully I'll be able to stick those things in there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting white ones.
Well, they were white originally.
Oh, they were? No clean in them, right?
No clean. Well, you know, you might be able to clean them. It's hard to say.
And then what you have to cut these to the right size?
Yeah, you have to cut it. It's a little tricky,
Oh.
but you got to trim them to the right size.
Oh, wow. We're getting new lighting strings.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Have you seen it? I checked the Instagram. Straight up the mark. Look at that. But it looks so big. It looks very tall. Look at him. Yeah, he helping he's been creating the my work and that's what I've done sometimes. Fix the short.
Oh,
Fix the
Krishna. Good to see you again.
It's good to be here.
Yeah.
Harekrishna. Nirantara das. And your name? Kamal. Sounds good, Bob. How are you? Very happy. Andrei, Andrei,
You're trying to do all of this before the Sunday feast?
Oh, you know what I'm just going to do?
As much as you can do.
Yeah.
Where's the time go, right?
I know. Like a cloud driven by the wind.
That's a big improvement. How long did it take to get like this?
I think it was done when the ceiling was changed out. So that's been a few years.
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
I'll take these home and see if they can be cleaned and just rotated, you know?
Oh, yeah. Maybe that helped before you got an oxygen.
Yeah. Harekrishna. Okay. a check on the floor there? It was me. Harekrishna. Oh, hey,
Good call.
Krishna. Harekrishna. Krishna's watching out for us. Yeah.
Can you help?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, if you...
Happy to help. What
You know what I could use is a dustpan and a broom.
Okay, where would I find them? Closet right there.
Where are they?
Right outside the store.
Okay.
On the door, it's not locked.
Okay.
And there's brooms and
In that little side room?
on the left, that right before you get to the gift shop.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I never knew that.
Thank you so much. Well, when I'm shipping this thing away to make it the right size,
Oh, no.
it's all right. It's pieces fly around. It's okay. Two more. We're done. Could do this outside. And then, do you mind if I sweep up after I'm done?
Not at all. Not at all. I just have to get a different broom, I think.
there's just a trash barrel outside.
Just regular barrel
Yeah.
out there.
Harekrishna. So Dr. Zaki, I'll have to pin down the answer you need for that summer event.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you need what information do you need?
Oh, I think you gave me plenty of information. I just got to email it out and get everybody on board. Just package it, so nicely. Because you gave me good details to put together.
I'm not sure if Jerry might be playing some this year, but he came a few
nice.
years ago. He lasted really nice program.
Yeah.
How are you? Oh, good. How are you?
I go back to Gladiator.
You want that bathroom?
I don't know what it is. Sometimes when you deal with the ceiling, it's surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's some kind of a shim.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namo. Okay, just hold on. Hold it. Thank you. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Paschachari Satarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vatsari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vatsari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Gauritat Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Mo Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Bo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Mo, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Bo, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go! Come on. Go, 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 go. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mo, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Bol. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bo Hare Bo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Bo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Bo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Nitya Gora Hariba 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 Gora Hariba Nitya Gora Hariba 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 Gora Hariba Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Mo Krishna Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Mo Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Radha Giri Hare Radha Giri Hare Radha Jaya Radha Giri Hare Radha Giri Hare Radha Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jayo Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvitakacharya Ashtoto Tatashi Srimad His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBT Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayo Vishnupad Paramahansa Parvitakacharya Ashtoto Tatashi Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavin Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Sukho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Bhava Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Navadip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mahi Ki Jai. Yamuna Mahi Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glory to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Okay, what's his name? Hare Krishna, before we sing the Shringa prayers, this devotee in the hospital named Arun. And we'd like to ask you all to pray for him as we sing the Shringa prayers. Have him in mind, okay? Thank you. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Valaravarandaine. Hiranyakashipo Vakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Hito Nishringa Parato Nishringo. Yato yato yamitato Nishringa. Ambahi Nishringo Didahe Nishringo. Nirsihamading Sharanang Prapaje. Tabakara Kamalavare Nakam Ambuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanumringa Etavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Tapakara Kamalavare Amanduta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanumringa Padrita Aradirupa Jagadish Hare Jagadita Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev. Shringa Bhagavan ki jai, Pula Maharaj ki jai, Go Premanande.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to our weekly Sunday Hare Krishna festival and love feast. We have a very, if everyone can kindly turn toward our guest speaker here. We have a very special, exceptional guest here. His name's Nirantara Prabhu. He comes here only like 3-4 times a year, and I've known Nirantara for many years. He joined Krishna Consciousness back in 1973, but I got to travel with him on traveling when we went around distributing Srila Prabhupada's books with Satsvarup Maharaj many years ago, and he's always been very much transcendently absorbed in kirtan and studying Srila Prabhupada's books and sharing Krishna consciousness in a very nice and sublime way. He's also famous for his recordings and his music, which give a good dose of Krishna consciousness with modern melodies and tunes. And like I said, we're very much glad that you're here, Nirantara Prabhu, and everyone, please greet him with a round of applause, and Hare Krishna.
Adava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Can we do that one more time, everybody?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
So, Balaram, I asked him, what would you like me to speak about tonight? And he wrote back, tell your story, how you came to Krishna consciousness. And I have to say, that's one of my favorite stories. Yes. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, our Lord Sri Krishna says, that 4 kinds of people come to him to surrender, to render service. One class, they're looking for material wealth. Another class, they're in great distress. Another one, they're curious, something intriguing. Then the best one who is actually seeking the absolute truth. So in my case, it's a combination of 3 out of 4. I definitely was in distress. I was very distressful. And I was curious, inquisitive. And I was looking for the absolute truth. So this story, it's not a story, it's history. I'm going to tell you exactly as it happened. And if I close my eyes, I can still picture. So it's a story that takes 1 year. So let's go back to 1972. We're back to 1972. I'm 22 years old. I'm in New York. And I'm trying to become the next Bob Dylan, John Lennon, Elvis Presley. And I'm dead serious about it because since the age of 13, that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to be a rock and roll star. That was my desire. Even I somehow or other got into college. Don't ask me how that happened. But I didn't even last a half a semester because I was in college and I was thinking, what the hell am I doing here? I want to rock and roll. So I dropped out. In those days, it was the age of the hippies. I had hair down to here. I had a big beard. And all I wanted to do was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's all I wanted. So that started in the age of 19. In the age of 19, that started. And I was pursuing my goal, but kept hitting a brick wall. I tried this, no. I tried that, no. I would go on auditions, trying to get recording contracts, trying to get signed. Nothing happening. Just frustration, frustration, frustration. And so I was becoming more and more depressed, more and more distressed, because I wasn't achieving my dream, what I wanted to be. Then, one day, my girlfriend, she said, you come with me, we're going to go and hear about this guru. And the guru's name was Guru Maharaji. Some 16-year-old knew it was the latest god. He was the latest god. So, because I didn't want to go, I had that much intelligence. I knew, no, God, that's stupid stuff. Somebody's God, give me a break. But because it's my girlfriend, well, I can't say no. So we go to the university, and before we get to the building, there's this little angel. And she hands me a little pamphlet. And I take the pamphlet, and then we go to the meeting, and all the devotees of this Guru Maharaji, they're talking their gibberish, and I'm going, man, I really don't like this. This is like gobbledygook nonsense. I couldn't wait to get out. I was like, oh, please end this. And then when I came out, that girl was still there, and I don't know why she did it, but she gave me some of her food. She gave me some of her rice. She said, eat this. I said, okay. And I ate the rice. Okay, I go home. I take out that pamphlet. And as soon as I start to read, and the name of it was Transcendental Teachings of Prahlad Maharaj. And right away, as soon as I began to read, I said, now here, this guy, he knows what he's saying in this pamphlet. I liked everything that was in that pamphlet. Previously, I had seen so many so-called spiritual things, and again, gobbledygook, just no interest. But when I started to read this pamphlet, it clicked right away, like that. And so on the back of the pamphlet, there was a picture, and he was like this, Srila Prabhupada. And I said, yeah, this is my guru. He looked strong, and he looked powerful, and he looked beautiful. So that was the end of that. I'm still pursuing my so-called career. I'm 22 now, been struggling now for the past 4 or 5 years, trying to make it. Finally, I get a little inkling that something's happening. Somebody in Columbus, Ohio, he's going to be my manager, and we're going to go all the way. We're going to make it to Las Vegas. We're going for the big time. I said, yeah, somebody has discovered me. So I'm at the New York bus station, Port Authority, and lo and behold, that same girl is there. And I remembered her. And again, she looked like an angel. Her name, for those of you who know, Devi Shakti, Devi Dasi. And this time, she had a big book, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so she offered the book. I gave her $10. That was a lot of money for a hippie. Let me tell you. $10 was a lot. And then I wanted to touch her because she was so beautiful. So I wanted to touch her hair, and she very gently just pushed my hand aside, and I said, wow, this is very nice lady. She's not allowing me to touch her. This is very strange. But I appreciated it. I was like, I could respect. So on the bus, I'm trying to read the book, but there's all these long names. Shiro Dakashai Vishnu, Garbo Dakashai. It's like, this is giving me a headache. So I closed the book. I said, I can't read this. So so that was in December. So in July, I got my first pamphlet. So now, 6 months later, I meet her again, get the Krishna book. And so I land in Columbus, Ohio, end of December, January. And I'm playing music, and I get a steady thing going, but I'm miserable. I'm not happy. So I have my dream, so to speak, where I have a manager, and he's putting money, but I'm not happy. And one night, after the show was over, it was like midnight, to get home, midnight. And I was just so bummed out. I said, where is that book I got on the bus? So I said, I'm going to read this, but I don't care. I'm going to read this book. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By Chapter 6, it was now 3 o'clock in the morning. And Chapter 6 is the story of Krishna killing Putana demon. And when I finished that story, I closed the book, and I decided I'm joining this Hare Krishna movement. That's how powerful Prabhupada's books are. Reading 6 chapters kicked out all the last bit of Maya in my heart. I was thinking, here I am trying to make it in the music world, and I had just learned that my worshipful gurus, the Beatles, they were my gurus growing up. Whatever the Beatles did, I did. The Beatles grew long hair, I grew long hair. The Beatles did drugs, I did, because that's my gurus. I have to do what my gurus are telling me. Especially John Lennon. He was my Param Guru. John Lennon. So I had just read that they had admitted, the Beatles had admitted by that time that they had reached the pinnacle of success and they weren't happy. They admitted. And I was thinking, you know what? I'm going after the same thing they are. They've already achieved it and they're not happy. So I made a decision. You know what? This life I'm going to give to Prabhupada and Krishna. So that was my resolution after reading those 6 chapters of that most potent book, Krishna book. And I just said, okay, I'm going to give this life to Prabhupada and Krishna. Now, my manager, who I was living with, he was a pure atheist. I've never met anyone. He was a Mensa, so he was a big, big brain. So the next morning when I told him, you know what, I'm stopping all this and I'm joining, he went ballistic. He went all out with his intelligence, trying to defeat me. You don't have to do this and this, but was like talk to the hand. I wasn't having any of it. Prabhupada's book was so powerful that no matter what argument he tried, I'm leaving, I'm going to New York, and I'm joining the Harekrishna temple. And even till the point I was on the bus, he's right there in my ear trying to convince me. It's like he's right there. You don't have to do this, and blah, 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 blah. And I was saying, get behind me, Satan, and don't push. So I finally got on the bus, the door closed, and I went, I'm saved at last. And so the bus ride all the way back to New York, I had just read in Krishna book, Prabhupada had written that even if someone has debts or obligations in the material world, to join Krishna, to surrender to Krishna, you can renounce them. And I was thinking, yeah, I'm just going to... But when I got home, my mother, she told me, you know, Nikki, that you owe your father some $400 for when I went to college. I never paid him. So even though I had read that in Prabhupada's books, somehow or other I said, okay, I'll pay off what I owe my father, and then I'll join the temple. But when I got home, I was determined. Now, for some reason, I didn't know about Shika. So when I got home, I had these, what is called buzzers. My father, when we were kids, he used to shave us up military style every summer. So I asked my mother, where are those buzzers? And I found the buzzers all off, the beard, everything. One big pile of hair on the floor. And my mother was like, here I was, big beard and hair, now completely shaven. My mother was thinking, wow, this guy's really gone nuts. I mean, I had done things in my life. My parents had seen everything. But this was like, oh my God. So, on that was the same day or the next day, my brother, he had a rock and roll band, and they were playing in the local college. So I decided to tag along. And when they started to play again, I got very depressed and I was miserable. I was so miserable, I laid down on the stage and put my head right next to the guitar amplifier. I just wanted to like zone out. So the rock band is playing and my brother was so merciful. He let me just lie on the stage. All of a sudden, I turned my head, and there's this beautiful girl going like this. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to score. So I get off the stage, and I approach this girl, and she goes, are you a devotee? Devotee? No, but I want to be a devotee. She goes, oh, I was a devotee for several years. You were? She goes, yeah. I said, you got to tell me everything about it. She goes, well, I got to go to class right now. But after class, I'll tell you. So I just waited there in the cafeteria. After class, she came down, and she started to tell me about Prabhupada, about life in the temple. And then, I got to go to class. I said, will you come back again? She goes, yeah, I'll come back. So she goes to class. She comes back, tells me more. And the more she tells me, it's like, So by the end of the day, so this was going on all day. She'd go to class, come back for a little bit, go back to class. So finally, it was time for her to go home. And I was saying, wait, can you take me to the temple? She goes, well, okay, I'll take you. So we get in her car, and we drove to her house. And then she cut up some fruit and put it on the plate. I have never seen cut up fruit. It was like, wow, this is cut up apple, and wow. She said, eat this. I have to get dressed. So I'm there eating the fruit. All of a sudden, she comes out of her room, beautiful sari, tilak. Again, an angel has arrived. She goes, we're going to go to the temple now. So we get in the car, and she hands me beads. And she teaches me how to chant japa. And she's driving the car and chanting japa on her beads. And I'm thinking, wow, this chick is far out, man. So it must have been a 45-minute ride from where she was to the temple. We got there, it was like 6:30. It's dark. She parks the car, and we walk up to the front of the temple, and there's a sign, quiet, Prabhupada is here. And when she sees the sign, she goes, Prabhupada's here. Prabhupada's here. And I'm going, yeah, so? Prabhupada's here. Then the temple door opens, and it's like, wow. There's these brahmacharis, and they're chanting japa, harekrishna, hare. They look like, Marine guys. They're like tough. They're chanting, and the temple is like dark, and it's like, wow, what is this place? This is amazing. Then they take me into the temple room in New York. Radha and Krishna is blackish. Radha Govinda. And I'm going, yeah, that's cool. A black god, yeah. And then after seeing the deities, they say, come. Some devotees. And they took me downstairs to the basement. Remember the basement? Henry Street. Come on. That was a magical mystery place. So they sit me down on the floor. Yeah. And they give me this wax paper with some green stuff on it. And I said, what is this? They said, eat it. Now, I hadn't eaten all day except for the apples. So I said, okay. And as soon as I ate that green stuff, I jumped up. Give me more! Give me more! This is great! What is this? Give me more! Gotta come back tomorrow. So I was thinking, wow, I gotta come back just for the food. There's nowhere else in New York I can get this stuff. This stuff is great. I'd eaten all kinds of stuff. Ice cream, this, that. Nothing was as good as that green stuff. Actually, it was spinach. My mother, whenever she cooked spinach, I'd spit it out. I'd spit out her spinach. But this spinach, this was better than anything I'd ever eaten in my life. So after some time, I meet up with the girl who brought me. Her name was Devi Dasi. And she said, well, I've decided to move back into the temple. She said, I got to go home, and I got to get my things. And she said, I'll take you home. I said, well, I want to come back with you because I want to eat the food again. She goes, okay, but we're not leaving just yet. Then all of a sudden, everybody goes upstairs to the second floor and they were going to do a drama. So the whole room was filled with devotees. And you were there, Dravida was there. And in the back, Prabhupada was on a rocking chair, watching the play. And then next to Prabhupada was this sannyasi, and he was the temple president. But it looked weird to me because all during the play, he kept massaging Prabhupada's hand. I said, what is that guy, gay or something? I mean, looks weird. But he keeps massaging Prabhupada's hand and looking at Prabhupada. And the play was good. The play was very, very good. Then the whole room exited, so we all left. And then Prabhupada came out of the room. And all the devotees are in the hallway, and everyone bows down. I didn't bow down because I didn't know anything. But everybody bowed down. But when Prabhupada came out of the room, it was as if there was an aurora borealis coming out of him. Waves of light, and it was like telling me, bow down, stupid, bow down. So I went down, and as soon as I went down, I went, oh, this is great. I have finally found the modern Jesus. That was my specific realization. Because that effulgence, waves of light coming out of Prabhupada, that was no hallucination. That was real. And I was thinking, I was thinking, this is great. I have found the modern Jesus. So after that, we go back to the girl's house, and she tells her parents she's joining a temple, and they go ballistic. They get so, and their father especially. The father got very, very angry, and he took her car away. So she said, that's okay. We'll take the train. And I'm thinking, it's like 12 midnight. We're going to take a train into Brooklyn. She goes, no, don't worry. I said, okay, let's go. So we're taking the train into Brooklyn, chanting japa. And we wind up in Brooklyn, so it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. And she goes, now the temple doesn't open till like 3 o'clock. So we have to find some place to stay. And I'm going, yeah, this is Brooklyn? And she goes, don't worry. And all of a sudden, she sticks out her thumb, and she's hitching a ride. And I'm going, my parents warned me, you don't hitch rides in Brooklyn at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm thinking, I'm going to die tonight. But this girl is like fearless. It's like nothing's phasing her. Within 10 minutes, car stops. She talks to the guy, and we're in. And I'm going, this is not happening, man. This is not happening. Then all of a sudden, she tells the guy, stop here. I'm going, what? The guy lets us out. She goes into a bar. And I'm going, and I'm waiting, outside. She comes out of the bar with keys to an apartment. Don't ask me. I don't know. She goes, we're going to take rest here. So I'm in this stranger's apartment, and she says, you lie down on the couch. I have a few rounds to chant. And by this time, I'm going, yeah, whatever. So I'm just glad to be alive here. A stranger's house in Brooklyn. So after about an hour, she wakes me up. We got to go. I'm going, oh. And again, sticks out her thumb. And after a few minutes, a car starts. And the car takes us to the temple. I believe that Krishna is God. Based on this, there's no doubt in my mind Krishna is God. Because this cannot possibly happen. So we get to the temple, and Mangalartik. The temple room was a little smaller than this, right? Brooklyn Temple was a little smaller. Yeah, but it was packed. Packed. And Mangalartik and that kirtan was rip-roaring. And And then we're chanting japa, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And I'm rubbing elbows with all these devotees, and I'm thinking, I really like this. This is a cool place, man. Then Prabhupada comes down to give class, and it's very hard for me to understand Prabhupada because he has this thick accent. So I'm trying hard to understand. I'm catching a few things, but it's hard. Then Prabhupada ends the class, and again, all the devotees leave, and I'm like all alone in the temple room. Nobody tells me anything. And then after a few minutes, one devotee was Rukmini. She came in, and I said, where did everybody go? And they said, oh, they went to see Prabhupada off at the airport. But nobody told me. I'm, chanting japa in the temple room. But I got breakfast. That was a good breakfast I got. And then I started to come as often as I can because I was playing guitar in Greenwich Village in order to pay off the money I owed my father. So I would be going into Greenwich Village from Long Island a couple of days a week. And then I would visit the temple as much as I could. And I remember one day I came in the afternoon and there was one brahmachari chanting japa in the temple. So I said, I would like to join the temple. His name was Jayadwaita. And he said, if you want to join the temple, you have to come every day for 2 weeks. I said, okay, I will do that. And when I started to come every day, one devotee, somehow or other, he took me under his wing, Jitendriya Das. And he took me under his wing. I would come, and he was so gentle and loving with me. He was like an elder brother. And he would engage me in sweeping and cleaning, and he would preach to me. And so I would ask questions. And he would preach to me, and he would tell me about Prabhupada. And then one time I asked him, so what about John Lennon? He goes, John Lennon? He's a big demon. I said, really? And he said, yes, and I will tell you this. And he told me this story. I said, yes, he is a demon. So that was finished with my John Lennon as guru. That was it. After hearing from Jitendriya, no more John Lennon's my guru. Prabhupada's my guru. So then, July 15th, 1973, a musician friend, he agreed to pick me up and drop me off at the temple on that Sunday. And even he was trying to convince me, you don't want to do this. And I said, no, I'm doing this. And it was the Guru Purnima day. I looked it up. The day I joined the temple was Guru Purnima day. And I entered the temple with my suitcase, and I said, that's it. I'm finished with the material world. And it's been a wonderful ride since then. Joining the temple was the best decision I ever made in my life. And that Brooklyn temple was so special. A lot of advanced devotees were there. Madhusudan and Kanchan Bala were there. Dravida, Vishnumurti. And just what an atmosphere. Jayadwaita Das Brahmachari. But, no, I'm not going to tell that story. I have other stories. Not going to tell that one. We'll keep it good. Anyway, joining this movement has been a fantastic ride. Now that was 73, so it's been 46 years. I've traveled all over the United States. I've gone to Canada, Mexico, India, South Africa, Australia, South America, and it's just every experience joining this movement has been so wonderful. I have no regrets. Yes, there have been hard times. Yes, I don't care who you are. anyone who joins ISKCON, you get burnt. It happens. But that's okay. I had one friend, Hari Dev. He used to say, Prabhu, my best day in the material world was never as good as my worst day in the temple. So yes, sometimes it can be a little rough, but still, it's better than being a fallen, conditioned soul in the material world. So that was the best decision, joining and the second best decision, when my wife proposed to me and I said yes. That was my second best decision. We'll have to ask her. No, we don't know. Anyway, she's said that now that we live closer, she wants to come and visit sometime. So, some festival, she will come. So, what time is it? So how much time we got? Okay. So let me just say a few things about the gifts, the benefits of joining this movement. And I'm going to speak from my personal experience. One gift of joining this movement is the association of beautiful people. Every devotee, just like I have my story, every devotee has his or her story coming to Krishna consciousness. And wherever you go in the world, when you find a devotee, you feel like, here is family. No matter where you go. So even like this week coming, I'm making my yearly trip to Santiago, Chile. And I'll be with Indian devotees and Chilean devotees. And you feel like you're with family. Wherever I go in this world, as soon as I'm with the devotees, you feel like family. That's one benefit. Of course, the food. And each temple, the prasad is different, but it's all good. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I come here. Your temple has good prasadam. I don't go to temples where the prasadam is substandard. I only go to temples that have, you know, the restaurants, they have those ratings, A, B, C. Your temple, A. A rating from Nirantara. Then, of course, Prabhupada's books. Before becoming a devotee, I hated to read. I hated it. I hated to read. But soon as I found Prabhupada's books, now I found something I love. And to this day, I love reading Prabhupada's books. Like, it's been a couple of years, but recently I rediscovered Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now I'm just mad after Lord. I just want to keep reading, and every day I'm looking forward. I'm going to read more Chaitanya Charitamrita. And of course, that Krishna book, if I pick up that Krishna, like, I don't have to go to India. I don't have to go. I can go to Vrindavan anytime I want. I just have to close my door, open up Krishna book, I'm in Vrindavan. No matter where I am, even if I'm on the plane, traveling hours, I can be right there in the spiritual world just by reading Prabhupada's books. Another great benefit, kirtan and japa, the holy name. Yes, this is so wonderful. When I used to visit my father, my wife and I would go every year to visit my father and mother. And so after a few minutes, how are you, this, that, what's there to talk about? So we'd start chanting japa. And every year my father would say the same stupid thing. Why do you keep saying that same thing over and over again? And every year we would explain to my father, no, you don't understand. And every year, how come you got to say the same thing over and over again? But we understand, right? Yes, it's not hackneyed. It's not a material sound vibration. No material sound vibration. You're going to chant 2 hours every day, 40 years plus. Nobody, look, I may be stupid, but I'm not dumb. I'm not the kind of person that's going to invest 2-3 hours of time every day and not get something out of it. I'm not that kind of person. But from the beginning, I have seen the results and the benefit and the greatness of chanting this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Everybody! Hare Krishna! Closing bell. So this Maha Mantra, what a great benefit Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya has given. Then we have Sri Murti, the deities, and the way Prabhupada has instructed that the deities should be dressed opulently. There's a reason why Prabhupada instituted that. He said, in order for the conditioned soul to become disattracted to the glare of the material energy, we have to make Krishna so attractive. So Prabhupada stipulated the deities have to be dressed very gorgeously. And again, look at your deities. How nicely they are gorgeously dressed. And there's a reason for that. We look at the deities and start to lose our attraction to the material forms. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. And one more benefit. It's a thrill at every moment to be a Hare Krishna devotee. You're not like just the other night, I was somewhere and some guy came up to me and I was dressed just like this. And he goes, "Are you a guru?" I said, "No." He said, What is that on your face?" I said, "That is tilak." And so I explained, I said, "Now you should keep looking at me. Because by looking at the tilak on my forehead, I'm burning up your bad karma." He goes, "Oh, thank you. And then he said, "Can I take a selfie with you?" I said, "Sure, no problem." So he asked some stranger, "Can you take a picture of us?" So I put my arm around him and I started chanting Hare Krishna, and he voluntarily started chanting with me as they took the picture. If you say so. So it's just exciting adventure being a Hare Krishna devotee. And I would make this decision 100 times over. No doubt about it. So I prayed to Krishna. I've said many, many times, I am not going back to Godhead at the end of this lifetime. I know what's going to happen. When I leave my body, Lord Chaitanya, Prabhupada are going to say, "You? No. You got to take another birth. We want you to go to Saudi Arabia. We want you to convert all the Muslims to the Haridas Thakur movement." So that will be my preaching. The Haridas, the greatest Muslim of all time, Haridas Thakur. Because Haridas Thakur, what did he do? He simply chanted, all right. Are there any questions, challenges, rebuttals, chastisements? I can handle it. Everybody satisfied? Yes. Oh, the subways. So there was a time, 1974. I was really fired up then. So we would go out on the subways dressed like this, and you go on the subway car and you would say, "Attention, we're coming through. We're collecting donations and passing out our books." And then we would go down the aisles. They'd give you a penny, a nickel, a dime, or a quarter. Then one time, the temple arranged for luglus. Luglus, oh, and they were special New York luglus. Luglus. No, this is not lugdu. Luglu. I'm telling you, it's a special thing. It was honey and dates and yeah, of course, ghee. There was no such thing as oil in an ISKCON temple. Everything was ghee and butter. And that's why I married my wife. Because my wife never cooks in oil. Why do you think I'm so fatty? And why do you think I'm so happy? Everything is ghee and butter. I love you, my wife. I love you. So, these luglus were sweet and delicious. So I had a friend who would go with me, Viprahita. And Viprahita, when he would do his announcement, he would say, "You've had popcorn. You have had potato chips." And he had a very heavy Latin accent. "Now you're going to try luglu." And the people would go, "Luglu." And they would just grab the luglus like anything. And then sometimes the conductors, they would see us and they would say, "Hey, you got any of those luglus, man? We want the luglus." So the luglus was a big hit. Prasadam is our ultimate weapon. After all, as I told you, I joined this movement for prasadam. My main preaching is with Indian people. Why do you think I do that? Because the Indian people know how to cook good prasad. Yes. Yes, Maharaj. Yes. Yes, it's true. Okay. Guru, you had a question? You had your hand raised? Still, I'm waiting for that. Not this body? No. I just know one thing. I like the devotees. I like the holy name. And I like prasadam. After all, Lord Chaitanya's philosophy. See, I've said many times, I did not join a Hindu religion. I joined the religion of chant, dance, take prasad. That's the religion I joined. Not anything else. So, realization I'm not this body? I don't know about that. But the holy name, prasad, association of devotees, sign me up. Birth after Mama Janmani, Janmanishware, birth after birth, I don't mind. But I have to take birth in the association of devotees. More questions? Yes. Which family? You mean my parents? Well, my parents, they just figured, you know what? He's again off on one of his trips. He'll be back after 2 weeks. But 2 weeks turned into 2 months, turned into 2 years. It's been 46 years. They are now passed away. I did whatever I could. And, you know, if I become a pure devotee, they get delivered. So, the best thing I can do for them is to become a pure devotee. Will you bless me? Bless me by chanting the Maha Mantra. By your chanting, I might become a pure devotee. Anything else? Yes. Yes. So you used to go there? Haribol! You're not a devotee. You're always a devotee. It just took time for the unripe mango to become ripe mango. Yes. Well, she wasn't my girlfriend. Yes. And I just met her. Now, where is she now? She's in Manhattan Beach. And I'll tell you the truth. Whenever I see her, no matter where I am, I bow down and touch her lotus feet. Because she's my Vartma Pradarshaka Guru. She took me to the temple. And because of that, I saw Prabhupada. So and I've done it many times. I've embarrassed her. I don't care where I am. If I see her, even in the middle of the street, I bow down and I thank her profusely. Thank you for taking me to this movement. Devi Dasi Dasi Ki. Oh, she's famous. She's in Vrindavan, and she's practically speaking, she's back home, back to Godhead. She's so advanced, my God. If you go to Vrindavan, ask for Daivi Shakti. Everybody knows her in Vrindavan, right? Of course, the bookstore. What? Yeah, Drivida Das. There you go. Purity is the force. What else? Is everybody happy? Oh no, she's first her. Ah, very good. Okay, we have, yes. Same what? Of course, she's more advanced than me. Yeah, she joined in Canada, and she joined 1 year before me. I didn't meet her till later. And that's another story, but I'm not going to tell it now. That one, that one is a little risque. I mean, that story is told in confidential settings. But it's really exciting. Okay? But she's more advanced than me. Okay? I'm not afraid to say it. I believe in being honest and truthful, unlike somebody who's in the White House. Okay. I had to slick in one. I couldn't resist. Anything else? Are we happy? Should we do kirtan? Everybody get up and do kirtan.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Before we start the kirtan, I do want to mention Nirantara Prabhu here. He does travel, and his whole life is dedicated to doing like what he does here tonight. You know, preaching Krishna consciousness, sharing Krishna consciousness, both in his words and by his music in so many ways. Now, he has, you know, part of what we try to do is we help sponsor him in his travels and his preaching, and he has these beautiful CDs, and he's always making new ones. And if you'd like, Nirantara Prabhu, what's the usual...
Whatever they give, they can get even or a DVD. Whatever they want to donate.
So for a donation to help support Nirantara Prabhu in his travels and his preaching, you get to take home a nice new CD or DVD, as you like. So please take care.
And it's greatly appreciated.
It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Oh, real quick.
CD, some of them are music, some of them are lectures. The DVD is presentations of the philosophy with video. So these are the DVDs, and these are the CDs, and there's a variety. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so these are the three DVDs.
Okay.
Thank you. Sure. These are the
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's your tune. It's your tune on the harmonium. That's why I was looking at you. So I can remember. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hero. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.